I had the privilege, Tammy, of connecting with Megan. She was an influencer. I followed her online. Can you tell us a little bit about her?
Yes, she got into influencing recently. She was doing a business degree at school with a thing in marketing, and she got very interested in fashion, and it just kind of went from there, and she started out, and she had her own clothing store and started taking her own pictures, and then she just kind of rolled on from there.
And then how did Megan Fashion Week come to be?
Okay, so when she was diagnosed last March of 2022, she told her oncologist that she wanted to go to New York Fashion Week in September. So that was her goal all along, and we were trying to get her towards that goal. In mid-August, her health started to decline, and she was worried about not being able to go to New York and have the energy to get around and do what she wanted. So in a day, we decided to cancel, and she had all these themes, and she said, I want to do my own fashion week and make it fun and interactive and inclusive of everybody. Everybody can participate. And she came up with 22 themes. Wow. And got the ball rolling right away. And
just for people who don't know Megan, what was her diagnosis?
So she was diagnosed with stomach cancer. Gastric cancer, it's got many names. Hereditary diffuse gastric cancer was the proper name for it. So diagnosed in March, and she passed away in September of 22, so 6 months after diagnosis.
I'm so sorry about her passing, but you know, through Megan Fashion Week, she did raise quite a bit of money for stomach cancer.
Yes.
How much did she raise?
So last year, she raised almost just under $256,000.
Wow.
And that went to the Canadian Cancer Society, and it's specifically going to gastric cancer. They're doing research right now to try to come up with a blood test that will detect stomach cancer sooner.
And then this year, you're obviously doing Megan Fashion Week, but month.
Month, yes. It ended up being a month last year, so I'm like, well, we better turn it into Megan Fashion Month. And yes, so we have 9 themes this year. We've added a challenge part, so anyone posting can challenge someone else to also post. And we have new charities this year that we're using.
So what are those new charities?
So for the fundraiser, the main fundraiser, we have, it's My Gut Feeling. It's a Canadian nonprofit, and 100% of the money goes towards their programming. They've been a huge help to me over this whole journey, and they're there for education, awareness, advocacy. They help patients, survivors, and caregivers.
Oh, wonderful. And there's another way people can support too, and you're wearing one of them. And it is a theme. We'll come back to the themes.
Yeah.
But what is your shirt all about?
So last year, Megan and her friends talked about doing this. So they started, it's a daily mantra. She did it throughout her whole diagnosis. So after she passed, they worked with a Bonfire, the company Bonfire, and so it's daily mantra merch, and it's t-shirts, sweatshirts. This year they have coffee mugs and hoodies. And the profits of that are going to another organization called Save Our Stomachs. And they are US and New Zealand based, and they are doing some fantastic research to try to prevent people from having their stomachs removed.
And you know, she did say her mantra all the time on social media, and it is one of the themes that people are able to post with Megan Fashion Month.
Yeah.
What are some of the other themes?
So the big one I thought was going to be fun was Hi Barbie and Ken.
Yes, of
so
course.
You can add Ken in there. Taylor Swift was a huge person in Megan's life. So Taylor Swift, all the eras. Boy kicking boots, which I wore today.
Yep.
That was one of her favorite looks. Sporty Spice and Jersey Boys. So you can interpret them anyway, but I was thinking if guys wanted to wear a bunch of jerseys and sweater weather. Funky Fresh, which was what Megan always called her type of fashion. Periwinkle Power. Periwinkle's the color of stomach cancer, so we threw that one in there. Dog Days of Summer, so you can add your pet in there if you like. and show off your mantra merch.
So you actually have mantra merch, you have the boots,
Boy kicking boots,
and Barbie. Okay, and then I have what I decided I was going to wear this sweater because one side could be Barbie, one side could be Taylor Swift Lover era.
Yes.
And then I also am wearing a sweater dress. So it's sweater weather. I love it. So how can people participate, Tammy?
So on her Instagram, she has a link that makes it easy, but it's mygutfeeling.ca is the link that it takes you to donate. And the other one is linked on her website as well, and it's for the daily mantra merch. And even if you can't find it, you can go to bonfire.com and just search up daily mantra merch, and it'll come up.
Thank you so much for telling us about Megan Fashion Week and Month, and of course sharing your daughter's story with us.
Thank you for having me.